in I guess you could say in the housing field now for almost 40 years. My first experience in housing, I worked for a small mortgage company here in the city that was called Calgary Miller Mortgage Company. And they no longer exist, but it was a mortgage company. And my first job was called a shipper. And most people don't realize what a shipper is in the context of a mortgage company. But what my job was, I actually put together loan pools to sell to the secondary market. So most of the time when we think about we got a mortgage, we went to the bank and we got a mortgage, we signed the paperwork. And all of a sudden we got mortgage payments. But have you ever thought about why your mortgage got sold? Because oftentimes you get a letter saying, your mortgage has been sold here and da, da, da. So, but that happens. That happens in the mortgage industry. And that was one of my jobs when I first started, was taking loans and putting them in a package and making sure they were getting sold off to another investor.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was nearly 40 years ago. So that was my first introduction, to this world of housing. But then I moved to what I consider to be what is affordable housing and housing for low income. And that didn't really occur until I started working actually with you, Charlene, at the Housing Authority of Jefferson County. That was my first recollection of the whole affordable housing arena. And it was an eye opener. It was very much an eye opener, particularly the very first week that I started working there. I knew that this entity called Section 8 existed. I knew it was some type of subsidy to help somebody to pay their rent, but I never knew the magnitude of the need until that very first week that I started working there. And the Housing Authority opened up what they call the waiting list. And this was an opportunity for people to come and sign up to get the assistance. And on this particular day, I think the line was almost 2 blocks long of people in line, waiting to sign up. And that was the first time in my life that I saw what the need was, what the real need for housing, affordable housing in this city was. Never before then, until that time.
Wow. So who are you now? Because I saw you on TV. I'm talking about that later. So what you do now?
Oh, now I'm still in the housing field. The Lord has really blessed me to have a very, very very good career in the affordable housing arena. So right now, I am the executive director for an organization called Rebound, Inc. And Rebound is an acronym. It stands for Rebuilding Our Urban Neighborhood Dwellings, and it is a nonprofit housing development corporation. So we create affordable housing for low to moderate income individuals. So we build, we rehab, we sell, and most recently now we have moved into the rental space. So we now have affordable rental opportunities as well.
Shut up, Kevin. From one spectrum to the next. So people can rent and then go through counseling to become a homeowner, or is that the objective, or just rent and just get, what is the objective to rent?
So that you said it. You said it. We moved into the rental realm because there is a need in this community for affordable rental. But once we get them in the rental, we are steadily trying to get them to try to move to the next level. And the next level ultimately is always for someone to actually own their own home. And what I tell people all the time, the one commodity in this whole entire world that we have right now is land. That's the only thing that is not growing. You can't make any more of it. So you need to get your piece of it when you can.
Wow. So we could talk a whole lot on that because that just made me think that. So would you need gainful? I guess people can call you. You need gainful employment, or is it subsidized, or do you rent to own? But I guess they could call you to get all the details because that opens up a whole new opportunity that one might not think is available because they can't own yet, but they can start out and rent. Wow.
And, so, people call us all the time, call Rebound, I want to own a home, or I need to rent something. How does it work? And this, that, and the other. And what we do is we refer everyone who is interested in any housing that Rebound has to the Louisville Urban Leagues. The first point of start is the Urban Leagues housing counseling program, because their counseling program is twofold. So if you're interested in being a homeowner, they can work with you on that. They also have a program in place called rental readiness that they also run. So if you're interested in being a renter, so the first part, if you come to us, we're going to immediately send you to that. So, I would advise, if you're interested in anything dealing with Rebound, whether it's housing, buying a house, getting ready to buy a house, trying to rent something, that you start at the counseling program with the Louisville Urban League.
Wow, it's amazing. We're gonna have to give that number. But when you said rental readiness, that was Mama's baby.
I know.
Mama did that because with her retiring as a maid and my housing experience and that opportunity. And so when I hear it, I get excited even the more. So, well, let me ask you this real quick. So are you in certain areas, or is Rebound everywhere? Or do you prepare people for everywhere, or just your work?
So Rebound creates housing. We are citywide. So we have a federal designation that's called a CHODO. And CHODO stands for Community Housing Development Organization. So we have this federal designation from HUD, and our designation is citywide. So we can create affordable housing citywide.
Shut up.
We have chose to concentrate in areas where there has been a lack of. So we've concentrated in areas like West Louisville. We've concentrated in Shively, in areas where the families want to have housing. For the last 10 years, because we've had so much vacant and abandoned property, that's what we have focused on. We have acquired vacant and abandoned properties, totally gut rehab those homes, and made them available for home ownership. And like I said, we've done all of West Louisville. We've been in Shively, we've been in Newburgh, we've been in PRP. So we have the ability to do it, wherever we can.
Shut up, Kevin. That is wonderful. That is a blessing. Sometimes, do you feel like you might need to pinch yourself that you have seen that from the ground to where it is now? Because it's just amazing.
I do. I do. And again, it's just one of the many blessings that, God can continue to open these doors. And I guess, I have the ability to see things before they happen. And I just ask God to help me get there. And that's exactly what has happened, particularly around rental in this area. There had been pushback on Rebound doing rental before, and I'm just like, okay, God, that this is the avenue we need to go, and I just need for you to open those doors, and He has done that. And the bigger blessing is that Rebound to this point has been able to acquire, rehab, produce rental housing without having any debt. So therefore, we can keep the rents as low as possible to assist families. That is a blessing. That is absolutely a blessing.
That's deep. That's deep. That's huge. From what I can't even imagine. That's one of those Ephesians 3:20. 21.
Stop it.
Boy,
You trying to make somebody shout. Stop, stop, stop.
It's in my bone. Whoo, because when you know what you know, you said so much, I could take a praise break right now. Just, hearing mama out, hearing you, and watching God. Okay. We're going to focus now.
Okay, let's focus.
Okay. Some hurdles that you've experienced, I can't even imagine, because everything you said is like a God thing, but that some hurt, because you have been so forceful. I've watched you through the years and you're not scared. That's what has blown me. But I knew there was some speed bumps. What are some that you face that you can articulate? The scene, not the unseen, but the scene.
The scene. Oh gosh, there's been so many hurdles. I think the biggest hurdles have been.
The Bible say, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. And I just ask him to create in me a clean heart, oh God, and renew a right spirit within me. Now, I'm not no preacher or anything, but it's all about purifying your body, keeping your heart clean, keeping your heart pure. Thank you, God, for keeping a clean heart in me. I ask for your blessing.